Silly Stories for Kids is headed to the Gold Coast and tickets go on sale this Saturday. Head to sillystoriesforkids.com/tickets to find out more. If you're in Queensland, this is your chance to see the Silly Stories Spectacular. So make sure you put it in your diaries. 10 a.m. this Saturday. Tickets go on sale. One day, two kids named Griffin and May were sitting at home. Now, as they had finished their breakfast, they were trying to decide what to do with their day. I think that we should make up a new game, said Griffin. That's a good idea, said May. What kind of game could we make up? Let's play computer games, said another voice. Who said that? As they started looking around the room, they could see something purple and fuzzy sticking out from behind one of the doorways. We can see you, said Griffin. No, you cannot. Yes, we can, said May. Who's there? Yes. Pim Pim stepped out from behind the doorway. Hello, yes, it is me, the Pim Pim, and I think that we should play some computer games because my mommy said I'm not allowed to at my house at the moment because I was very naughty and I did not clean my room, so I thought I'd come here and we could play them together. We don't know how to play computer games, said Griffin. Me either, said May. We don't really play them. Well, me either, but I'm sure we can work something out. Pim Pim raced into the room. Look, it's a computer, he said. Yes, but we're not meant to touch that one, said Griffin. Well, you're not meant to touch it, but maybe I can touch it. So Pim Pim raced over to the computer. All right, let's play the first computer game. How do we play, said Griffin. Let's play computer catch, said Pim Pim. Computer catch, said May. Pim Pim picked up the computer and threw it across to Griffin. Catch, he said. Wow, said Griffin as he caught the computer. Pim Pim, you're not meant to throw computers. Well, I don't really know how to play computer games. I've never played it before. Maybe we can play computer spinny. Computer spinny, said Griffin. What's that? Pim Pim picked up the computer, put it on his finger and started to spin it around in circles. Look at him go! Hooray! He said. No, that's not how it works. You're meant to play the things that are on the computer. Pim Pim held it very carefully and looked at it. I don't see anything on the computer. It seems to just be writing. Yes, but you haven't turned it on yet. How do I turn it on, said Pim Pim. I don't know, said May. Maybe we need to go inside the computer. What? Said the kids. Yes, okay, let's go inside. We can't go inside the computer, said May. You can't get in there. Oh, yes, you can. Watch this, said Pim Pim. He jumped up in the air, and as he did, he shrunk down teeny tiny small and went straight into the corner of the computer. Then he was on the screen. Hello, he said. How did you get in there, said May. Just jump and see, said Pim Pim. So the kids decided that they would follow Pim Pim. They both jumped in the air, and as they did, they got sucked inside the computer. Okay, we are inside the computer. Now we can play some games. How about hide and seek, said Pim Pim. What, said May. Okay, I will hide over... Oh, look at all these, said Pim Pim. He looked around and there was all kinds of strange circuits and chips and all these electronic things that he'd never seen before. What do these do, said Pim Pim. I don't know, said Griffin. Me either, said May. Let's see, said Pim Pim. He raced over and he started playing with the little computer chips inside the computer. He was flicking switches and joining cables to different things, and the computer started to buzz and hum and sing and do all kinds of ridiculous things. As he was playing, somebody came around the corner. Stop that, said a voice. Uh-oh, said Pim Pim. Who said that, said Griffin. I don't know, said May. Just then, a funny-looking computer chip came walking around the corner. Who keeps changing all the settings? Not me. It was definitely not me, said Pim Pim, while still holding a few of the cables and a few other bits and pieces. I can see it was you, said the voice. Okay, yes, it was me, but I didn't know what I was doing. But look, it makes a fun humming sound now. That humming sound is not a good sound, said the computer chip. Uh-oh, said Griffin. What do you mean? It means the computer is overloading. Oh, okay, said May. Well, what do we do? We need to cool it down, said the computer chip. Okay, well, I will cool it down. Okay. Pim Pim started blowing on all the parts of the computer. Okay, that's how it works when you have a hot soup. No, that's not how it works on the computer. Oh dear, said Pim Pim. Well, I guess maybe if I start joining more of the cables together, it might actually help it do more of the better things. No, don't do that, said the computer chip. But it was too late. Pim Pim had grabbed more cables and started twisting them all together into one giant ball. And then I just plugged these two together. Not those ones, said the computer chip. But Pim Pim plugged it in. Did it fix it? No, it did not fix it. I think you fried the motherboard.
Oh, I'm very sorry to your mother. I hope that she is okay.
No, she's not my mother.
Thank goodness, said Griffin. Yeah, said May. That would have been really bad.
Well, maybe I can fix it by joining more of the cables.
Stop joining cables,
said the computer chip.
I tried this one over here.
Stop him,
yelled the computer chip. I think we better do something, said Griffin. Yeah, said May. If we leave him to keep going, he might destroy the whole thing.
Come, let's catch him,
said the computer chip.
Nobody can catch me because I am the fastest,
said Pim Pim, as he started running through the back of the computer, going everywhere that the kids did not expect. Then he disappeared around a corner and he was gone. How are we going to find him?
Oh, we will use the search function,
said the computer chip. How do we do that, said Griffin. Just then, the computer chip plugged himself into part of the computer. Whoa, said May. That's cool.
Okay, watch.
Just then, a speech bubble popped up over the top of his head.
Now just talk to the speech bubble and tell it what you want to find.
Okay, said Griffin. Pim Pim?
B-I-M, B-I-M.
No, not B, P. P for pineapple. P-I-M, P-I-M.
Oh, okay.
As he started to talk, the speech bubble started to fill up with the words Pim Pim. Then they saw a map. There he is! He's going that way!
He's moving very quickly! Quick, we must go catch him!
They started running through the computer, following the path on the map that showed up over the top of the computer chip's head. As they ran around corners and went round and sideways, they could see all kinds of cables.
Quick, let's plug into this section. We can use the transportation inside the computer.
What? Said the kids.
Yes, there are all kinds of pathways. Jump on this one!
He jumped onto one of the cables and shoom! It was like electricity. He went flying through. Okay, quick, jump on the same one, said Griffin. Griffin jumped on as well. Okay, said May. She jumped, but she jumped on the wrong cable. She went the wrong way. Uh-oh, said Griffin as he saw his sister disappear in the wrong direction. We better try and catch her.
First, we must catch Pim Pim.
Okay, well, what are we going to do about May?
She will be okay.
Just then, May popped up in a completely different section of the computer. Where am I? She said. As she looked up, there was all kinds of electrical signals buzzing around the entire room. It looked incredible as blue light flashed and buzzed all around her.
Welcome to the central processing. How can I be of assistance?
Hi, said May. Well, I'm a little bit lost.
Where were you going?
Well, we were actually trying to find Pim Pim.
Searching Pim Pim.
All of a sudden, an elaborate map popped up right in front of May. Yeah, that's him. We're trying to stop him.
Bringing up visuals.
Just then, a screen appeared in front of her, and she could see Pim Pim running through the back of the computer, collecting wires and flicking switches and doing all silly things.
Sending stop function.
Just then, she could see a buzz of electricity that pulsed out of the room and zapped down some of the wires. It flew along. She could see Pim Pim running and running and running until zow! He said,
I can't move. I'm stuck.
Stop function activated.
Great, said May. Now I guess I just need to help my brother and the computer chip find him.
Do you mean Chippy?
Maybe, said May.
Searching brother and Chippy. What is brother's name?
Oh, my brother's name is Griffin.
Locating.
She saw the screen and she could see her brother and Chippy. They seemed to be a little bit lost.
Copying.
On the screen, her brother and Chippy got lifted into the air. What's happening? Yelled Griffin.
I don't know,
said Chippy.
Transfer.
They got put on top of the right wire, which zapped them all the way through the computer until they were standing right next to Pim Pim. How did we get here? Said Chippy. Thank you, said May.
How can I be of any further assistance?
Could you send me over there as well?
Packaging.
All of a sudden, she got squished into a tiny little package.
Zip file.
A zip zipped her up, and then
sending.
She got sent through the electrical wires of the computer, and then she popped out right next to Griffin and Chippy and Pim Pim.
Somebody needs to let me go. I cannot do any more of the changing of the computer.
That's because you're not meant to be changing the computer,
said Chippy.
Okay, well, I did like this computer game. It was very, very fun, but I think I best be going now because I'm going to be in even more trouble if I don't go home right now and clean my room.
Maybe we can send him out of here, said May. What? Said Griffin. I wonder if he can still hear me.
Central Processing Unit.
Yes, how may I be of assistance?
They heard ring through speakers throughout the entire computer. Can you send Pim Pim back to his house?
Packaging.
Well, said Pim Pim as he got wrapped up in a tiny little package.
Connecting to email.
Email, said Pim Pim. I like the emails. I send them all the time to all kinds of people that say, hello, I am the Pim Pim.
Sending home.
What? Said Pim Pim.
Pim Pim disappeared. Where did he go? Said Griffin. I think he's been sent home, said May. Oh, okay.
Well, thank you, said Chippy. I better start putting all this back together.
Good idea, said Griffin. Do you need some help?
That would be great.
So Griffin, May and Chippy wandered around the computer, rewiring all the things that Pim Pim had messed up. They plugged everything back into its right locations, and they reconnected it all and made sure that it was all back the way that it was. How do we get out of here? Said Griffin.
Printing,
said CPU. What? Said Griffin. With that, the two kids got spat back out of the computer and landed back in the lounge room of their house. Just then, their mum walked in. Hey kids, have you decided what you're going to do yet? We've already had a lot of fun, said May. What? What have you been doing? Said their mum. Well, said Griffin, I don't think you'd believe me, even if I told you. And that is the end of the story.
This story is brought to you by Silly Stories for Kids Central Processing Units. Do you need a new CPU for your computer that will make it extra silly? Then make sure you call Silly Stories CPUs. Ha ha ha. We hope you have enjoyed this story and are enjoying Silly Stories for Kids. Make sure to leave a review wherever you find your podcast and share it with all of your friends. For more fun, head to sillystoriesforkids.com. This has been me, CPU.
And me, Sam. We'll see you soon.